Today, from Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida, it's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Miami Dolphins taking on the Seattle Seahawks.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Seattle Seahawks and the Miami Dolphins. Hi, everyone. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And he just continues to throw touchdown pass after touchdown pass, leading the league here down the final stretch of the year. Guys will say that the numbers and the rankings, they don't matter to him very much. But I don't know how much I actually believe that. Sure, he's team first, but I think everyone would like to see him finish number one, including himself.
They go play action here on first down. Steps away. He finds his man, complete. That's Holloway. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
This is caught. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A great effort there. With touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Seahawks go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback from Alabama, at the helm.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage. Our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Tua going to throw. On target over the middle to Hill. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Tyreek Hill from last week. There are the numbers. 4 catches, 72 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is the #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
11 more on that one and another first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake. They've taken care of that early.
Here's a run with Akers on second down. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. From midfield, here's Tua. Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Out to his left. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is taken in at the 5. It's a big play there for Seattle. 52 yards. Now Hall off the play fake. On the move to his left. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Line of scrimmage. Again, the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw again. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open just a split second too late on the release. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down. He gets it to Baldwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. They'll run on 1st down with Akers. And, boy, this defense, again, really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Over the middle, he completes it to Robinson. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Tua now on 1st down. That's complete. Once again, it's Gesicki. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. On second down now, Fry. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. The offense on third down tonight, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. On play action, here's Tua. Baldwin with it over the middle. And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a first and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches. They'll run here with Akers. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Red 38. 10 cycle.
On 2nd and goal. Tua, the quick slant caught. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Akers. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Cam Akers with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins have got it back to within a score. Lutz good on the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it was Cam Akers who capped it off with a touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Hall now, off play action. And that's caught inside the 35. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. To throw it is Hall. Throwing on 1st down. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete. But the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but the flag comes out for interference.
And now you're set up right on the doorstep of the goal line. 1 yard away. Changes what you're putting.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Noah Fant. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's Noah Fant who caps things off with the touchdown. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. 1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. That's into the hands of Akers, complete. He's got room at the 30. He's still on his feet. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Cam Akers in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Terrific. Touchdown. I know we've got a game now.
Yeah, I think anytime you go to the second half down just 1 or 2 scores, you feel not where you want to be, but in a pretty good spot.
And I think for most teams, when they go into the half in this situation, it's not a lot of adjusting going on. It's much more, all right, guys, let's just play a little bit better than we did in the first half.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. He finds his man, complete. It's Holloway. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Hall, a final shot before break. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in everyone to this Christmas Eve edition of the EA Sports Halftime Report. So let's get to it. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly. And it's the Rams who have the lead in the second quarter. The Rams locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. From there, we're off to check out another game, and it's the visiting Minnesota Vikings who are out in front. The Vikes trying to hold on and claim victory. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And you can see they trail the visiting Buffalo Bills in that ball game. Josh Allen has a touchdown pass. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Cotton and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Now a handoff up the middle. Fry. And he'll get this up to about the 40.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
Tua sets up to pass it. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Tua. He finds Robinson. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Working with a 2nd and 4. Here's Tua. This is complete. It's Baldwin. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. A give up the middle to Akers. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Going right back to Akers. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd. Here's Walker to start the drive. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. And now they're in the hurry-up. Here's Hall from the gun on 3rd down. This one into the hands of Metcalf. So the completion gets him just a yard. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. So the Dolphins offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. On 1st down, they'll start out with Akers to about the 40-yard line. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And his throw is incomplete.
Like certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. That's out to the flat for Akers. No gain on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And able to find a little space. He gets this up over the 15 to the 16. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Off play action. Hall. He finds his man. Complete. That's Holloway. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
I can still hear it reverberate through this thick skull of mine. Crossing routes versus man-to-man coverage, it's a bad matchup for the defense. Those tend to work very well as they run away from a defender.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st down in field goal range already. On 1st down, Hall toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling. Touchdown! A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks will add to their 4th quarter lead. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. 1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game. To his throw, pulled in by Robinson here. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now Tua. It's caught. Baldwin. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Tagovailoa. Pass complete to Robinson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Tua to throw. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that'll make it 2nd down. Here's Tua. And this one is incomplete. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Tua. He's got it to Williams. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 33. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Tagovailoa looking to throw it. He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now Tagovailoa. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. And they got to get to the 23 here on third. To throw is Tua. Oh, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. Well, this game has not been short on intrigue, but that's the backbreaker right there, and it's going to put any hope of victory to bed.
Yeah, they knew they needed the touchdown, and when you have that little time remaining, they know they've got no choice except to go for broke, and that they did. But the interception, that means defeat.
So the victory here for Seattle. And this not always an easy proposition, Charles. You had a West Coast team that traveled east, but they got the job done.
And there's so much that goes into it because your body time and your body clock different from what you're used to west, because if you go east, you're going to lose up to 3 hours. Right? So is your body going to be awake when it's time to play? A lot of teams actually rehearse it. They practice it. Maybe the week of the game, they move everything up to that time frame so guys get used to doing it that way. I remember when I played at Tennessee, when we had to go from east to west, our trainer Tim Karen said, leave your watches on East Coast time. Every piece of information we got was East Coast Standard Time. Try to psychologically tell us what to do, as well as prepare our bodies the same way.
So for the Seahawks, it's another win for them, and you wonder if they want a redo on that one loss as they sit now at 14-1. And they will head home next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Miami, it's another loss as they now fall to 4-11. And they will get a home date next week against the Los Angeles Chargers.